the gem I own on a daily basis.
Oh, buddy, I'm hazmat.
Moonshine possible. Make sure at level 5 you get access to the average moonshine, and because drinking from the bar directly will actually slow your distillation process. So real good tips here on how to maximize your XP and lower your costs during production. Run bootlegging missions as frequently as you can because a cooldown timer in between each bootlegging mission. You can do up to 3 bootlegger missions to reduce the cost of your mash by $20 a day. Another potential $150+ average moonshine sell or another $250+ strong moonshine sell isn't really worth the cost of trying to get the cost of the mash down by another. While also delaying another potential $150+ average moonshine sell or another $250+ strong moonshine sell isn't really worth the cost of trying to get the cost of the mash down by another $10 to $30. So definitely keep that in mind. Now let's talk about some tips to maximize your XP and maximize your profit.
Can you just use a ball for fun?
Keep that in mind. Now let's talk about some tips to maximize your XP and maximize your profit during your sell and delivery process. When you sell, make sure to drive the wagon very carefully. And I know this sounds really stupid, but you have to take this seriously because with the moonshiner roll, when you're delivering your moonshine, when you go off trail or even go over bumps or take turns too fast, you lose stock. With this roll, you do not make more money or get more XP for rushing, at least in the direct sense. So definitely take those corners slow. Avoid going straight over railroad tracks or through streams, etc. Now, for example here, I had my first moonshine shack in the Grizzlies. It's a really awesome location for shining, but I'm constantly selling to Valentine, meaning I have to go through the Cumberland Falls waterfall all the time, and I always end up losing at least 1 bottle of moonshine, even for a perfect run otherwise. So now I switch my location to the Bayou, which has smooth trails, and I don't run into any issues at all besides the revenue agents. Now, speaking of revenue agents, another tip, you want to make sure you're stopping for those checkpoints. You can try to blast your way through, but I wouldn't recommend that with this roll. Again, because you don't get any extra money or XP for trying to deliver it as fast as possible. And you also don't get any extra money or XP for delivering it as slow as possible either. But just be careful around these agents and these revenue agent roadblocks, because if they attack your wagon and they shoot it and it takes damage, you will lose some moonshine. Thus, of course, again, lowering your XP and your profit. So, some other miscellaneous tips, and then I'm going to talk about some other things that kind of go off script here. But you will not get kicked for inactivity just by standing in your moonshine shack. So if you forget to open your catalog, you can still be AFK and producing moonshine at the same time. Another very important tip here, or just something to note, this is a totally passive roll. Yes, the moonshine, especially at the lower, weak moonshine level, doesn't sell for much at all. It's a huge sunk cost. Especially if you're not running bootlegging missions to lower the mash cost as well, then it costs a lot. But I still think the mash is overpriced anyway, and I still think it's too easy to lose moonshine stock along the route of your delivery, but you can literally just sit in your moonshine shack and wait for your moonshine to produce and then sell it. So if you're looking to do homework or maybe just working from home or anything else, as long as you check back in when you need to, you can initiate moonshine distillation, flavor your moonshine if you'd like, and then sell 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour later, depending on if your moonshine is of weak, average, or of strong quality. Now, I think a lot of people are going to come around to this roll once they start ranking it up, because it is, in fact, perhaps the easiest and the best roll for your time, with the exception of the collector using the updated god map, of course. Now, these are just some things I want to talk about here. Those are a lot of tips I had to give you guys, but especially after this second night of playing live streaming, also on Twitch, I'm live every single day on twitch.tv, the moonshine, right? And there's a 15-minute cooldown in between. So what you're going to want to do is get your current mash going, get your current moonshine going. Once you sell, during that process, you can run a bootlegging mission, and then in between, do some bounties and drag out the timer. Just do one bounty, drag out the timer until the last 3 minutes, hunt some animals for your trader. That way you can make progress for your trader, get some gold in the process doing a bounty, and then also drag the timer out so you can wait until you can do another.
Using plain delay. This biggest fat berry here came on. Tastes like this. Go for Irish Spring Body Wash.
bootlegging mission again. You don't have to sit around waiting to get that objective prompt to pop up again. So you can do so many different things. Do a bootlegging mission, and in that 15 minutes of downtime before you can start another, do a bounty, do a stranger mission, do a little hunting, or do all three of them at the same time if you want. Do another bootlegging mission again and again. You can get through that a bunch of times, and then you can sell your moonshine after an hour if you're producing a strong moonshine, and just rinse and repeat that process. Basically, if you're just going to be playing the game no matter what you're doing, you can even go collecting during this time if you want. But as long as you're in the game playing, always have your moonshine being in production, because unlike Trader, you don't have to do anything else. You just need to buy the mash. You can get over the cost. You know, of course it's expensive, but if you get over the cost of the mash, I think you will greatly enjoy this role, because you will be making a lot of money and ranking up super fast. I know people have their complaints and concerns with the moonshine roll payouts and XP requirements thus far. With some things I definitely agree, but these are the cards we are dealt currently, so just bear these tips and tricks in mind. Take the tips into account to help you do this better, to do it a little bit faster, and a little bit more efficiently. And a big disclaimer here, if you are looking to take your time with this new content and go at a super slow pace, that's most likely why lots of people weren't necessarily prepared for the 25 gold bar roll in the first place. And that cycle will continue unless you keep your mind open to new information on how to be an effective Red Dead Online player and not just wander around in the woods being as unproductive as possible. But all in all, that is where we're going to wrap it up. These were my tips on how to rank up Moonshiner Roll extremely fast. Are you going to be implementing any of these tips? Let me know in the comments section down below. I also really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Red Dead Online and RDR2 Moonshiners. Updates, news, information, tips, tricks, leaks, all the good stuff. We've got you covered here on the channel, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single bit of it. Again, thank you so much for the continued support on all of my recent Red Dead Online videos I post here on my channel. I truly do appreciate you all, and I'm glad you all are enjoying and staying in the loop of what's going on in the game. I love playing the game so much, and although I take more of an objective approach to new content, trying to rank up stuff as fast as possible, because I believe the real payoff comes down the road when you've achieved max level. You have all the experience under your belt and all the knowledge at your fingertips now, and that's when you can really just chill and still make a ton of money without necessarily dragging out the leveling process of the role for no reason. Yes, it's fun to take your time and level it up, but when you hit rank 20, it doesn't just end there. Now you have everything, and now you're really the best moonshiner in the Wild West. So that's where I believe you can really have fun, and nothing will be a drag at all. This content is built to be replayed hundreds of times over after achieving level 20 and maximum rank. And going that extra mile is exactly how players accumulate enough gold and money for the next update. So with that said, again, I hope that this will help those players who may not necessarily have the time or the motivation to keep going once they hit max moonshiner level. To stay up to date a little further, follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on all of those platforms, and I live stream every single day on twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv. If you guys want to strike up a conversation with me, whatever it may be, my links can be found in the description down below. With that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next Red Dead Online Moonshiners video. Adios, amigos.
Fucking pause you. So why the fuck is my stream like this? Try to restart it one more time.